So there's this guy, Paul the First, right? Born into Russian royalty, but everyone kinda treated him like the human equivalent of a buffering YouTube ad. There, but ignored. His mom, Catherine the Great, basically ruled Russia like an absolute boss for over 30 years. And during that whole time, she kept Paul away from any real power, like it was a medieval version of parental controls. Like, imagine your mom as CEO of a massive empire, and you're just in the basement writing angry fanfics about the army structure. That was Paul. Now, by the time Catherine kicked the imperial bucket in 1796, Paul finally gets the crown, and boy does he go off. First thing he does is undo almost everything his mom did, like she was just warming up the country for his real reign. He also randomly decided to exhume and posthumously put his murdered dad, Peter III, in the Royal Hall of Fame like, hey guys, remember my emotionally distant corpse dad? Yeah, he's a saint now. Anyway, Paul had vibes, not good vibes, just vibes. He was super into order and discipline, especially in the army. Like, this man would throw an existential tantrum if a soldier's mustache was the wrong shape. He replaced the Russian military uniforms with these ridiculous Prussian-style ones that looked like if a nutcracker in a fashion disaster had a baby. Soldiers hated it, nobles hated it, his dog probably hated it. But Paul wasn't just annoying. He was unpredictable, which, spoiler alert, is not a great quality for someone who controls a country and 200,000 guys with bayonets. He made laws that made no sense, flipped foreign policy on a dime, and changed allies like he was playing drunk Tinder with Europe. One day he's hating France, next day he's basically DMing Napoleon like, yo, you up? He even wanted to send Russian troops to invade British India. British India. From Russia. Through Afghanistan. In the 18th century. That's not foreign policy. That's a fever dream with extra steps. By now the Russian elite is looking at Paul like he's the boss level in a game no one asked to play. The nobles, the army, foreign diplomats, everyone's just done. He started locking people up for things like having opinions or existing in my general direction, and it got so bad that even his own sons were like, maybe dad needs a timeout. Like, forever. So in 1801, a bunch of nobles, military officers, and probably one dude who was just really fed up with the mustache regulations, hatched a plan. Their idea? Politely remove Paul from power. Their method? Beat the absolute Tsar out of him. They rolled into his palace at night like a bunch of aristocratic ninjas, cornered him in his bedroom, and were like, surprise, you've been impeached with fists. Now, they said they just wanted him to abdicate, but Paul had this thing called a spine and was like, nah, I'm good. So naturally, the conversation escalated from please resign to oops, we just asphyxiated the emperor with a belt. And just like that, boom. Paul was dead. His son Alexander I becomes Tsar the next morning like nothing happened. Dad? Never met the guy. So yeah, that's why Emperor Paul I got assassinated. Because he turned the empire into an OCD nightmare, pissed off literally everyone who owned a powdered wig, and tried to play global Risk with no strategy and maximum chaos. He ruled like a guy speedrunning how fast you could make an entire empire. Go, okay, we're done here. And honestly, he nailed it.